3v3 also happened on Thursday that I didn't actually know was happening. You know, we knew that they were doing 3-on-3, but I had no idea they were actually doing the webcast. So that was, yeah, good news. I looked forward to it. It screwed my whole weekend up. I kept thinking like Friday was Thursday or Saturday and Sunday was Monday. It was all wacky. It was paintball 4 days in a row, so it screwed everything up. What do I think about it? I have some notes that I've made into bullet points. It was obviously faster. You know, I think 3-on-3 is always faster. There's just less stuff to be worried about, right? You think about playing a 3-on-3 and there's 3 guys that can shoot you. So you have to think about where those 3 guys at, not where those 5 guys are at or where those 10 guys are at. So it's just a lot easier to, like, you know, move around, and it speeds the game up. Just having, you know, less people to shoot at you, you can just move a little bit more freely. The one thing that I noticed really right away is that teams would try to shoot a player off the break, like always, but as soon as they shot that first guy, they would really try to capitalize on that, right? So if you're, you know, my team, you know, we shoot a guy and it's a 3-on-2, we really want to take advantage of that 3-on-2 because it's kind of easy to win a 3-on-2, right? You have 2 guys shooting at you. You do have that body advantage. You, like I said, you only have to keep track of those 2 guys. So it's just a lot easier to get up and like run down the field and like maybe bunker one guy and trade out. Now it's a 1-on-2. And that's even easier to win than a 2-on-3. So it's, I think, speeding it up just because of the fact that it's easier to take advantage of that kill quickly. Whereas 5-on-5, you know, when you shoot someone off the break, it's a 5-on-4, which is easier. But you still have to contend with those 4 guys, and it's a lot easier for them to cross it up and, like, you know, control zones and stuff like that. So I think just that's something I noticed, you know, that those games were going to be faster. But that shouldn't be, you know, that surprising because it is 3-man. You know, it's not like we've never watched 3-man before. It's just not as interesting. It is interesting. It's not interesting. Yeah, because it's 5 players, right? It seems like there's just more happening, right? There's more to analyze. It's more interesting because there's more moves that could happen. There's more things that can go wrong. There's more things that could go right. There's just so much more happening that it's a little bit more interesting. Whereas in 3-man, it's a little bit more straightforward and simple. You know, it's like 1-on-1s. You know, it's even more straightforward and simple. You just got to shoot that guy. There's no, like, anything complicated. It's just you got to shoot the guy in front of you. So I don't know. It's like I kind of like that pace of 3-man, right? But at the same time, I don't really like the, like... I don't really like the... I don't know, like, less complicatedness of it. I don't know. I thought about the 1-on-1s too, and I thought about Oliver's 1-on-1s, right? And we watch those 1-on-1s. It's a lot of, like, just snap shooting people out, right? Like, there's a lot of snapshots, which, I don't know, it can be interesting, right? But the 3-on-3s, there's just so many more bunkers and places to go that we're seeing, like, more bunker moves, like people running to bunkers and bunkering people. But I also think that if we reduced the size of the field, like if we shrunk the 3-man size field down, it would make the field smaller, so you would be able to shoot people easier. So you wouldn't maybe move as much, right? Because the field's all shrunk down. You're just maybe going to stay there and try to shoot that guy rather than like run across the field to try to bunker him. So it's like, I don't know. I mean, I initially was like, man, I really wish they'd have done a smaller field. But I don't know. I don't know if it's better to be smaller or bigger. There's probably, like, you know, advantages to both of them. Maybe reducing the bunkers would be good. I mean, you might not need as many bunkers in 3-man. They could just, like, remove a few, you know, before the tournament and then install them back in or whatever. When the, you know, regular 5-man's going to start. It was interesting, though. I know that I'd like to see it. I mean, everybody kind of, like, it seemed receptive to it and seemed to kind of like it. I really like how it's a little bit easier to understand who's playing and see the players. But, you know, there's a reason why we probably don't watch like 3-on-3 basketball and, you know, like 4-on-4 hockey and stuff. There's a little bit larger teams